visto las fechas y no me han resuelto nada.
Muchas gracias. Rick Altman, you are in favor of a crackdown on illegal immigration. How do you respond to someone like Renato?
Thank you, John. Immigration and illegal immigration, first of all, is a population issue in our country. We're at 300 million people in America today. At the current rate of legal and illegal immigration, by the year 2050 or before, there's going to be 500 million people in our country. And we know where they're going to be living. They're going to be living where people are living now, which means that our cities are going to have even more people in them. Our infrastructure is going to be creaking under the weight. Law enforcement, education, health care, which are already staggering under the weight of the massive legal and illegal immigration, will be even worse. Taxes will be higher. And we want people to consider the future. Individual stories like this are heart-rending for sure, but we have to look at the big picture to understand why we want the laws enforced. It would be unfair to say that all of our social problems are caused by illegal immigration. That is not fair to say. What is fair to say, however, is that every single social problem we have today is made worse by the massive illegal immigration into our country. Now, the recent arrests that were directed at the absconders, which we now have 600,000 people in the country that have failed to report for deportation, not the 12 million or 20 million illegal aliens that currently exist in the country. I want people to stop and consider what these arrests were about. We have a country that can't seem to get rid of anybody or tell anybody, no, you can't come in. We're certainly not serious about securing the borders. Yet we have 600,000 people that we've ordered deported. Might this just be the worst of the worst? The violent criminals, the violent offenders, the sexual predators, the drug traffickers that have been ordered deported? This is who the recent arrests were directed at, under warrant, lawfully served, and yet you could hear the outcry from some people about the laws being enforced even at that level. Now, our solutions are very simple. First, we want to secure the border in any manner possible. Put more Border Patrol agents on the border, of course. Use the National Guard, utilize the U.S. military to secure the border, because what we need to do is to send a deterrent message to the rest of the world. Don't try to come. Don't spend your money, waste your time, or risk your life coming because we're serious about securing the borders. You're not going to make it in. We need to send that message. We're not sending a deterrent message right now. What we're sending is a message of encouragement, actually, to come. Number two is we need serious workplace enforcement in the country. We don't have it today. Today, currently, an employer, all he has to do is look at documents. If they're medium good forgeries, he's complied with the law. What we need is to have a mandatory checking system where every employee and every applicant is actually checked to make sure that name, date of birth, and Social Security number match up and stop the wholesale fraud that's being perpetrated right now. Number three is that we need serious interior enforcement. Federal government will never have enough federal immigration officers. What we do have is 750,000 law enforcement officers, police and sheriffs. They need to be involved at a certain level to help enforce our immigration laws and to send the deterrent message. Citizenship and sovereignty is what this debate is ultimately about, and we need to become serious about it. To hear from the other side, all we are is consumers anymore. Citizenship doesn't matter. To many of us, citizenship certainly does matter. Now, our parents were called the greatest generation. They helped save the world from fascism and totalitarianism. I wonder what our children are going to think of my generation. Are we going to be referred to as the most selfish generation? Are we going to hand over the country in worse shape than what was given to us because industry, businesses' addiction to cheap foreign labor were just allowed to go on and to continue to increase the population to the point to where our country is worse off when we hand it over? Is that going to be our legacy? The future of citizenship in our country is what's being impacted right now, and that's why we want the border secured and our laws enforced. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Altman. Monica.